Tobias stood stiffly. His knees were rigid and he looked like he was about to be sick. Tobias, you and an opponent are engaged in a sword battle. It's meant to be a battle to the death, but it's also clear that he's better than you are. Do you fight on, knowing you'll likely die, or stop the battle and beg for your opponent's mercy? I beg mercy, Tobias said. If it's clear I won't win, then nothing is accomplished through my death. I'd hope to live and make myself stronger for the next battle. Connor nodded at Roden. What about you? Roden stood. Fight to the death, even if it's my own. I'm a good fighter, sir, and I will not live as a coward. Tobias flinched at that, but he said nothing. A slight smile crossed Roden's face. He knew he'd taken an edge with his answer. Have you been trained with the sword? Connor asked. Roden shrugged. An old Carthian soldier lives near my orphanage. He used to have me do rounds with him to keep up his skills. Did you ever win? No, but then you haven't been trained, Connor turned to me. Sage? Beg mercy? Roden snorted. I continued. Then when my opponent lowers his guard, certain of his victory, I'd finish the battle. Connor laughed. A violation of all sportsmanship in swordplay, Tobias said. What do I care about sportsmanship, I said. If I'm about to get killed, it's not play anymore. I won't check the rules to see if my survival fits with someone's code book of fair play. You'd never win that anyway, Roden said. Any master swordsman won't lower his guard until you're disarmed. Connor didn't say he was a master swordsman, I said, only that he was better than me. And yes, I would win. Connor walked closer to me. Stand when I address you. I obeyed. Connor was taller than me by several inches and stood closer than I liked, but I refused to step back. It occurred to me that he was testing to see whether I would. Are you standing straight? Connor asked. You slouch so much I might mistake you for a hunchback, and with all that hair in your face, you might be a criminal too. I straightened but made no attempt to push the hair out of my eyes. I could see him just fine, which was all I cared about. Connor asked, Who do you look like, your mother or your father? That's hard to say, sir. It's been a long time since I've seen myself in a mirror. You have a clever tongue and an arrogant tilt to your head. I'm surprised Mrs. Trebeldy hasn't beaten it out of you. You mustn't blame her. She beat me the best she could. You're a trick to figure out, Sage. Would you ever be on my side, even if I chose you above the other boys? I'm only on my side. Your trick will be convincing me that helping you helps me. What if I did? Connor asked. How far would you go to win? The better question, sir, is how far you will go to win. I looked at him steadily in the eyes as I spoke, although his back was to the fire and his eyes were set in the shadow. You killed Latimer, so we know you're willing to murder to win. I am, Connor backed up, speaking to all of us again, and I'm willing to lie, to cheat, and to steal. If I'm willing to commend my soul to the devils if necessary, because I believe there is exoneration in my cause. I need one of you to conduct the greatest fraud ever perpetrated within the country of Carthia. This is a lifetime commitment. It will never be safe to back down from my plan and tell the truth. To do so would destroy not only you, but the entire country, and you will do it to save Carthia. To save Carthia? Tobias asked. How? Later, Connor said. Until then, boys, Mott has laid out a blanket for each of you by the fire. Tonight we sleep, and sleep well, because tomorrow our work will begin. I chose the blanket closest to me. Roden lay near me and wrapped his blanket tightly around him. Remember when I said I never won rounds against that old soldier? He asked. Without waiting for an answer, Roden added, It's because I knew he'd stop if I won. I'm good with the sword. Maybe you can use some of those skills to get us out of here, I mumbled. You saw what he did to Latimer. Roden was silent for several minutes, then whispered, They just killed him. Told him he was safe to go. Then they killed him. What is Connor planning that would make him willing to kill? He's planning a revolution, I whispered back. Connor is going to use one of us to overthrow the kingdom. Okay. So, for today, what I would like for you to do is tell me, is Sage right? Is that what Connor wants them to do? Does he want them to take over the kingdom? What is our evidence so far that we have gotten that makes him think that and makes us think that? Okay? All right, I will see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day.